I hope you guys don't think of me any differently after I tell you this. Today I'm going to tell you about a deep and dark, but sometimes, you know, there were some good times, but mostly dark part of my adolescence when I was about 12 or 13 years old. Now, if you're not familiar with these cards, these are called Nexon gaming cards, and basically they give you Nexon cash so then you can go ahead and buy things on online games. And the specific online game that I was addicted to when I was 12 years old was MapleStory. Look how thick this deck of cards is. Like, I even got the bigger packs when they stopped selling the smaller packs. I got the bigger ones even though they were more expensive because I had that much of a problem, let me tell you. I'd like to think I have other things and people in my life to keep me distracted so that I do not fall into that deep dark hole of online gaming. I was a level 137 bishop. That is like a healing mage. I would go home, this was in 8th grade, I would go home from school during lunchtime, which it took me about 5 minutes to get home from school, to play MapleStory for 15 minutes of my 30-minute lunch break, and then go back. And I would be late almost every single time. It was that real. It was trill. It was #trill, okay? There was one moment I remember in my adolescence where I knew I had to change. One day I came home from school and I realized the computer wasn't turning on. And I started freaking out. Like, I was having a fit. Like, I was looking around, like, figuring out what the heck was going on, and I realized that something was unplugged from the computer. Like, don't tell me how I knew this. Like, I'm not a computer expert, but somehow I knew that there was a piece missing. So then I go to my mom and I'm like, Mom, the computer's not working. What's going on? She's like, yeah, honey, I took the whatever the hell part from the computer because you keep going on it every day, and I think it's just gonna be a nice change of pace for you if you went outside and played with some of your friends after school for once. I started pleading with her, like I started a trade, like I was gonna do all my chores, like I would like clean the whole entire house, like I'd do all my homework, like she wouldn't have to do a thing, like I'd make my own lunches, like everything. Like I was trying to bargain with this woman. I remember at one point when she just wouldn't give in that I just started crying, you guys. I started crying because I couldn't level up in the game. Like I think I was at like level 100, I was almost at a level 100 at this point, and I remember that was my whole goal for the week and I just couldn't do it, and I broke down and I started legit sobbing. My whole life was on there. Like I didn't think about anything else mostly for that time in school, and I really don't know how I even passed elementary and made it to high school during that part of my life because it was just all a blur of MapleStory, to be honest with you. Right before high school where I stopped, and I remembered all of my little cards that I had from being addicted to that game and spending actual hard-earned money. Like, this is so much money. Like, I think these are like $12 each, y'all. Like, holy hell, like these are hundreds of dollars like gone down the drain for like virtual clothing. Like, what was I thinking? Like, what? I decided I was going to take all of these cards, and I had this little cloth here and it fit just perfectly, and I took this and I took this pin and I pinned it up, and I waited for a time just like this where I could tell the story of how I was addicted to playing MapleStory. Go out, hang out with your friends, breathe in fresh air, do that. I don't think we're gonna have a problem like that I did when I was younger because now we have Pokemon Go, so kids have to go outside anyway. And that's gonna be all for this story and cautionary tale for this week, and I will see you tomorrow, Daniela.